Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something super special for y'all, man. I got Big Mike back in the building, man. What's up?
You know what's going on. Big Mike gonna say it.
Yeah, man. This is monumental. Monumental, man. Every time you step out and do an interview, it does crazy, man. So I know the streets want to hear what you got to say out here, but it wouldn't be right unless I asked you, man, how you been doing, what you been up to lately?
Man, I've been telling I've been coming back to what I was trying to be. You feel me? I was going through a lot of crazy ass was going on in my life, and now I'm back focused on music and doing interviews and stuff like that. Feel me? Like I'm on this and on this.
Okay, man, I love to hear that, man, because you're one of those voices that people really love to associate with the Chicago drill movement and hear your takes about a lot of these things that's going on out here. And I'm pretty sure you see it in your everyday life. People probably stop you and ask you stuff that because they see you on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had people in my inbox already asking me, do I know what happened and shit like that about certain that's going on in Chicago. So
well, since you opened that door, man, let's get into it, man. We can't continue talking without talking about what recently transpired in the Chicago drill scene, man. Now, first off, I wanted to ask you, man, what was your relationship like with Munna Duke and O-Block Younggin?
I mean, me and Duke grew up since the sandbox. Like I've been knowing Duke my whole life. Younggin, he was one of the younger guys, like we were hanging with, he was hanging with the younger crowd, but he was still one of the guys though at the same time. Like I knew he go be, I know his mom and them and everything.
That's crazy, man. So how are you taking the news? Because for those of you who are going to be watching this later, news broke a couple of days ago that Munna Duke and O-Block Younggin, two members who are closely associated with O-Block, and obviously you know them very well, had been shot and killed in the Edgewater section of Chicago after leaving a bar, man. It was a crazy situation where a lot of people were debating about had they been able to prevent this in some way. But man, go ahead, Big Mike. I'd like to hear your take on what you thought of this recent fatal shooting of Munna Duke and Younggin.
It was some crazy. It's the whole situation that screamed Backdoor. The whole situation that screamed Backdoor, like, you know what I'm saying? How much even though they was deaf, feel me, like how they know when exactly they was coming out. Like the whole situation just fishy as hell. Like the I've been seeing on the internet is like crazy. Like I heard they was coming out the bar, they started shooting, I heard in the trap or run or something like that. They say it's a video or something like that, supposed to be on Reddit or something. I don't know. I ain't seen it. But
now, I haven't seen the video either. And those videos are hard to watch, to be real. But for somebody like you, who's gone through this so many times, and so many of your sandbox homies who have lost their life in similar fashion, man, how do you move on with this? How do you reflect, or how do you take this in?
It's like when I first heard the news, it was crazy. It was like, damn, like Duke, like Younggin, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially Duke, like, because of the relationship me and Duke had, like, that was my boy, like, grew up together, like I said, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, the situation was so crazy, and then I started processing it and everything, and then at the same time, this the life we live when we choose the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though Duke one doesn't even used to be on that like that, you know what I'm saying? Duke ain't never been ones that like I'm finna go slide on me. Duke always been about money, you know what I'm saying? Younggin, he been about money too. I ain't never really say too much Younggin trying to go slide on nobody or none of that. Duke was just like a player. Duke, you know what I'm saying? Just like fuck with bitches, get money and like that. So it was like, damn, y'all got Duke, you know what I'm saying? And then that was a key face of the block. You know what I'm saying? So I know they all over there taking it hard or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I reach out to some family members and send my condolences.
That's wild, man. So for him to lose his life, and he's the player type, and it seems like the player types always, and I hate to put that juju out there, but it seems like a lot of those cats seem to lose their life, man. And they try to stay out of the way. Now, there's rumors about, him actually being in the streets because there was a video that surfaced a few years back of him allegedly having a shootout with the police or whatnot. But, for all intents and purposes, you believe, Munna Duke was pretty much a player type, get money type of guy, right?
Yeah, that's what Duke always been. Like he a pretty boy. Like all the females on the block, what the fuck was like, he had a lot of hoes. Like females loved that. Like he a pretty boy. I gotta give it to him. He had a lot of pictures. But he never really been like on no gangster shit with people. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll get on that with your ass though. He definitely get on there with your ass, man. He never been a bitch or none of that. He definitely will get on that with you. If he got to, he definitely will kill your ass. But he wasn't the type that's gonna be like, man, I'm finna go slide on dude, man, I'm finna go smoke with my ass. He was never that. You know what I'm saying? He was a player. He liked to get money. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's crazy is in the videos that were released before, the news broke, like the things that he put on social media was him pretty much celebrating his family and also going out for a night on the town, it looked like, man. Like his whole Instagram videos from that night, like everything that he put on his story, it showed him kind of with the liquor bottle, showing off his outfits, which he did a lot on social media. So it coincides with what you said. Like he was all about, like, he already looked like a rapper who had made it, even though he wasn't like there yet.
Right. Yeah.
So what would make you, is that part of why you feel like, hey man, somebody might have backdoored him, or it might?
Yeah, it screamed backdoor. Like, come on now, Duke ain't live this long for no reason. You know what I'm saying? They weren't living this long for no reason. Like Duke used to be out the way. You feel me? So for a month to know that you at that month, come on man. Like knowing you coming out, like watch out, man.
Yeah, that's tough. Now there was somebody who went on social media and they basically made a video. All right, so there was some lady, she went on social media and she made a video where she talked about her, I should say a post, where she talked about she was there for the scene and seeing a guy outside walking around casing the area, you know what I mean? In a situation like that, and it's supposedly a robbery or whatnot, like what would you say like would be your best options of recourse in that situation?
That's his worst. If she's seeing him up casing, and if she's seeing that before it even happened, like why you ain't seeing nobody? Like why you ain't seeing nobody? Like man, there's some dude out there just steady walking around, like he walking around, he looking around. Like why you ain't seeing nobody? Probably would have been old Bart and probably would have been able to stay his lives out there that day. Like I speaking up, and you seeing them out there world around, you supposed to be like, hey, it's some creepy ass looking nigga outside, man, that y'all probably gotta watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they said he was in a mask or whatnot, and they actually saw him leaving. I mean, saw Duke and those guys leaving, and then that's when everything went awry, the shooting.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Now, what do you think about somebody actually allegedly going on social media? Because I didn't see their page that posted it, because the page was taken down by the time the news spread, with the O-Block chain. Like actually with the O-Block chain and putting that on social media.
Oh, I got the pictures in my phone. I sent them to my phone. I got it on my phone. I said it. It's one where, you know what I'm saying, where like half his face showing, and he got the chain on his neck. You can see the blood. You can see the blood of the blood stains on the clearest day. Like, and then the other photo is him. He got the glasses on with the mask like that, and he holding the chain up, talking about get back or whatever. Like, that's goofy shit. Like, y'all doing everything for social media, bro. Like, you posting the chain. Like, all right, y'all did what y'all did, but you on the internet with this, like, posting this, like, that's goofy shit. Like, these little niggas out here just goofy as hell these days.
Like they seem a little more bent on, not getting money and really about getting in the streets and trying to catch what they call hats today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, if you killed them, you killed them. All right, you killed them. But you ran the social media with these pictures all over the internet, gang. Like the FBI, like they get paying attention to like that, bro. Like y'all tweaking, like you posting up, you got the chain in your hand, all shit, bro. Like Then like his mama got to see this. His mama got to see him. You holding up his chain with his blood on the chain, bro. Like what is y'all doing, man? That's weird to me, bro. Like I don't get niggas these days. Like
That's pretty crazy, man. And to keep the chain on with somebody else's blood on it and all that is wild, man.
that's now. It was like I get in the street sense. I agree with it because it's just like making a statement. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? We walked y'all homies down. Here go chain. You know what I'm saying? They showing the chain. They got the blood all over and like that. But at the same time, like bro, everything ain't for the internet, bro. Like, what was your purpose of posting that up there? You did that for these mans, for people to have something to talk about, for people to see. Like, come on now, the internet that took over everything. The internet took over the streets, everything, bro. The jails, everything. Weird.
Yeah, man. We live through these devices now and these apps. Like an app. To think, an app was nothing back in the day. It just used to be something on your phone. Now it kind of dictates who could get money, dictates people arguing with each other. It's so much that goes into social media. Do you think that was the Chicago drill movement helped fuel that progression as far as dependence on social media?
It did, but it got worse because I ain't never used to see nothing like this. Like, if someone killed them, they might go on there and say some little slick on the internet, like go pick your homie up or something like that. But you actually like taking pictures with the chain and shit, then like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, and most pictures have, if they're shot on a phone or any type of digital device, have geodata right in it, so somebody can go back and take that picture. You know, unless you turn it off, you can turn it off in some. You know, there's ways of getting around it, but people can find you through pictures. That's a pretty bold move, right?
Man, these dudes is crazy. I mean, I don't think he go get caught by the police because he had his mask on and all that shit. But I mean, you just thought, yeah, it's like this summer finna go. It shouldn't be ugly, bro. Like, I knew it shouldn't be ugly. Was hurt behind that. Like, he wasn't just loved by O-Block. Like, they wasn't just loved by O-Block. They was loved by a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers with them. Like, there was some little cool ass niggas, you feel? Like, and you smoked her, and then you posted the chain with the blood on the, and you just, like, bro, what's, like, y'all tweaking, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta admit, man, when it comes to Chicago and that whole drill scene, man, it's a whole different animal. The only other thing comparable to it I can see is what goes on out in LA in the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? But they keep a lot of their stuff under wraps and very quiet, you know what I mean? Unless it's podcast related, which we'll get to in a little bit. But when it comes to a lot of the Chicago drill stuff, you're thinking, like, I saw something that Take 600 or Take Opponent said, where he talked about how E-Dogg had lost mostly all his day one homeboys. And he was like, yeah.
Everybody that we damn that grew up with is dead or in jail.
That's crazy to take in, man. So
OGs left over there.
So you being one of the only other people who are left and actually out here, man, how do you take that in? I know I've asked you this question before, but not in a situation where we're just behind a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So how do you take that in this time?
It's crazy because I'm in the same position that E-Dogg in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've lost all my homies from the sandbox. Like, I grew up in Park with guns since a baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the that's over there knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get, you know what I'm saying, where E-Dogg coming from. Like, he lost all our people, bro. Like, when shit gonna have a stop? Like, this is like a never-ending cycle, bro. Like, you kill somebody from outside, we're gonna kill 3 people from your side, come back, kill another motherfucker from outside. Like, that's gonna keep on happening, bro. And then, majority of us got kids. Like, you don't, like, if you die like your kids, like, what are your kids, bro? You gotta try to start doing something different out here, bro. But it's hard because how can I sit up here and tell a brother or an uncle or a daddy don't go out there and avenge they son? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. You feel me? I would advise against it, but I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do. Feel? Because it's like, if I was put in that situation where I was to lose my son or lose my brother, ain't no telling what I'll do in the street, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody gonna feel my pain on, bro. They gonna have to take me with my bro.
Nah, and I think a lot of people understand that, like, especially when it's something so brazen where somebody's literally bragging after they take the life, you know?
Yeah, that's like disrespectful. It's like, I already killed him, bro. Like, y'all just add fuel to the fire. And then with whoever responsible for that, when they start getting their little ass cats, then it's gonna be R.I.P. y'all. Now it's gonna be a never end cycle. So y'all just took them, go come back and get y'all. Like, this shit gonna keep on happening.
And a lot of big time figures in the Chicago blog movement and people really started to break down everything the last couple of days and was like, man, this is why nothing could ever stop. It's never going to end.
It ain't, bro. It's like, it's gonna be hard for this again because people losing their loved ones behind booth. Like, them was in there celebrating. They was in that party, like enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? And to come from enjoying yourself, that not even knowing that they're your last moments, like, in your last moments, you was in a bar, you was having fun, y'all was enjoying myself. Y'all was popping bottles, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was really, you know what I'm saying, chilling. And the fuck got on some weird shit.
Yeah. That's horrible. That's horrible to think about, man. That's crazy.
It is, man. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, it's like, this the light from off we chose. Shit, we chose the light. I tell all the time, people don't forget, though. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker do something to them and think that they forgot, or kill them and think that they forgot. This shit come with this life. But at the same time, like, Duke wasn't even on that, brother. They was in there chilling, like, was playing, trying to get some money. They not looking for nobody trying to kill nobody.
All right, Big Mike. I wanted to ask you about another breaking news story that's out here, man. So there's a situation that's going on right now with an artist that's closely affiliated with Lil Durk and closely affiliated with OTF. He's one of the OTF artists. A guy by the name of Doodie Lo. Now, Doodie Lo was allegedly shot in Atlanta during a botched robbery, man. Did you hear about this situation? And if so, what did you think?
Yeah, I say, like, you know, you go on Instagram or Facebook or anything, you know, if it's breaking news, that gonna be the first thing that pop up. So it was like the first thing that pop up is like Doodie Lo allegedly shot in the leg doing a robbery or something like that in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
Now, when it comes to Doodie Lo, I know that's he's an artist from Kankakee who's
right.
closely affiliated with Lil Durk, and he's a part of OTF. Had you ever had any run-ins with Doodie Lo, or did you know anything about him?
I mean, besides all on the blogs or whatever, and what I was seeing when I was locked up from other guys like that, like he be hanging with Durk and stuff like that. But I don't know them yet.
Now, when you heard about him allegedly get robbed and shot in Atlanta, what'd you think?
Niggas ain't safe no more. That's exactly the first thing that came to my mind. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like if Durk was out there, I would have never tried that with him. But now that Durk book, like, you know what I'm saying, my fair game now. Niggas ain't protected no more. So that's for them try to get on. Like, them niggas that nigga that had all that money ain't now here to save you no more. Like, we finna get your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was different from when Durk was out, was respected it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's Durk and their people, because a lot of in Atlanta respect Durk. Feel me? So like a would have never tried that if Durk was out.
Yeah, I think so, because you see it in the actions, because once Lil Durk once Lil Durk got locked up or whatnot, it seemed like a lot of the people from the OTF, they started to fade into the background where you really didn't see them as much. And Doodie Lo was like one of the only ones who was out there holding the mantle. But he seems like he's solo out there.
Yeah, that's not the rest of their ass high. They ain't nobody trying to go down and go Rico. And everybody
True.
cocaine Ricos and everybody top dog trying to stay off the internet, trying to keep them peoples off it, trying to keep them off them people's radar. You know what I'm saying? They tough. They trying to chill.
And that makes sense. No, that makes sense because last thing you want to do is end up in this RICO investigation. Now, with the whole Doodie Lo situation and a lot of the Chicago guys moving down to Atlanta and setting up shop there and actually mixing and mingling in the community, I heard somebody earlier today, King Yella, he basically made a video and he was talking about the situation. And he said that it seems like they don't like Lil Durk and a lot of the Chicago guys coming down there in Atlanta.
They really don't, because they feel like y'all come down here, y'all doing too much in our city, because that's where they was born at. You know what I'm saying? That's where they was raised at. And to have a bunch of crazy drill rappers and coming down there and like establishing themselves down there, right? A lot of them upset about that, but it's behind the scenes type. You know what I'm saying? Ever come to the forefront and say it because got bread, be scared. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like that, like coming down here, y'all making all this noise. Take that back to Chicago, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas down there was jealous of, you know, was down there jealous of Durk, man. Down here getting all this money and all these clubs, got all these bitches. You feel me? A lot of niggas around hating, bro. You know if I had.
Of course, right? Especially when you're bringing in millions and you're bringing in people who are well known. Because I know Mimo 600, he's established, he's down there. A lot of other guys that have been arrested, their cases were down there who are connected to OTF. Like all these guys from Chicago come down, they've got names in rap and they get money, man. Like that might make somebody a little jealous, right?
Hell yeah, that's gonna make them jealous. And allegedly, they seen the opportunity like, shit, we finna get this nigga. Shit, he got nice chain, nice watch, probably hit a pocket full of money. You know what I'm saying? Wearing all them expensive ass jeans, the shoes. Took that as a shit. Finna get this nigga right now type shit. You know, on some hating shit. They felt like it was easier to do it not the Durk book.
That makes sense. I mean, you can't deny the logic in that, man. Because in any other situation, somebody with a lot of money, and like I always say, man, if you put yourself on the plate, they gonna treat you like food. You know what I mean?
Straight the up.
That's for real. And it looks like Doodie Lo, man, if this proves to be true, just ended up in a bad situation. So what would you think? What would be your advice to rappers coming from Chicago, where they already got it on their chest and already got it on their shoulders that, you know, I made it out of a tough area. I made it out of one of the worst areas to make it out of as a rapper. And we actually did this. But you could slip too much. And I hate to bring your boy into this, your friend, King Von, but it feels like there's a level where you don't want to be in a situation where you're too comfortable and you could possibly lose your life, right?
But that's what they doing though. They getting comfortable in other cities thinking that other motherfuckers ain't in those cities. Just think about it. If I decided to relocate and go to Atlanta, what makes you think other motherfuckers ain't?
So Big Mike, you were giving advice and talking about the fact that, you know, a lot of Chicago artists have been getting caught up recently, you know, going to Atlanta and cities like Houston, and it seems like they're relaxing and lacking a little bit. And you were going to get into how they should move forward. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what they doing and what's happening.
Oh yeah, cause motherfuckers go to other people's cities. They flashing all this money and shit like that. Like, and then you get comfortable down here because you think people f you. The whole time niggas be on backdoor shit anywhere like you. Everybody, let's just say you go to Atlanta, you in another city, you know what I'm saying? You think it ain't niggas from different hoods plotting to take y'all ass down? Like, come on now, you ain't even from that city and you down here comfortable as hell, just walking around free, like you ain't got a care in the world. But if you was in Chicago, you wouldn't be walking around free, you wouldn't be comfortable, you would still be having your head on the swivel. It's going to be the same way when you in another nigga city, especially if you a gangster, when you into that life and when that shit forever. Like, you a gangster, you think just because you left your city and went to another fucking city that you ain't no gangster no more? shit dead. Like, hell no, niggas is plotting on you as soon as they hit you in they sitting. Like, yeah, we go out and get that. You know what I'm saying? But
And I hate to bring it up again, and with the situation that happened with King Von, wouldn't you think that you would be your head would be more on a swivel in a city like Atlanta? Because just now there's posts on social media where they're, people from NBA Young Boys camp and, people who are cool with Lil Pop, who is Quando Rondo's cousin who lost his life, are already dissing, you know what I mean? Dissing Doodie Lo for getting shot. So what do you think about, like, as far as being that close to somewhere where something already tragic happened and still be lacking?
Yeah, and there's niggas on your ass. Like, come on now. You OTF, gang. You signed an OTF. You even if you ain't even on that or you ain't even on no gangsters, you still with them. So I'm gonna try to get you too. You in other cities, bro. You gotta keep your head on the swivel at all times. Don't ever get comfortable, bro. Like, you in this, you chose this life, your ass is in this life. Ain't no, I'm finna go to this city and try to fall back and get comfortable. No, you ain't gonna be able to get comfortable, bro. It ain't gonna happen. You can establish yourself. I ain't telling they can't go to other cities to change their ways, but at the same time, people don't forget, bro. Like, you still gonna have to walk around with your head on a swivel. I walk around my head on a swivel everywhere I go. It don't matter where I'm at. I could be in a search. And I'm still gonna be looking around everywhere. I'm watching people, bro. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, you're smart. And do you think it's the money that makes them that comfortable?
It is. It's the money and the fame that make them feel like they can't be tough. And these dudes, these gangsters out here that's broke. These out here broke. You a walking ticket, bro. Like, a motherfucker run up on you and get you, they probably come up on $50,000. Shit they ain't never seen in their life. But you are comfortable as hell walking around when it gets free. You ain't watching your back or nothing. You just walk around, you just laughing. You on your phone, your head down to the floor, all type of shit. Like, niggas be weird as hell. They're dumb as hell. Like, you think because you in another nigga city that you safe? Hell no, you ain't safe here.
Nah, I agree. All that is true. And hopefully, man, somebody listens to those words of encouragement or at least that advice that you're kicking, because it's spot on. Now, what do you think about the online aspect of this? So like I mentioned, you got NBA Youngboy and them's camp allegedly making posts online and people who are associated with them dissing or whatever. Then you have King Yella. He's kind of a YouTuber. He's responding to this stuff. What do you think about, like, once something like this happens and you're on top, you're allegedly associated with OTF, you're a Chicago rapper, Chicago rap scene is all in the mainstream. Soon as something happens, like, everybody is on it immediately, man. What do you think about those after effects?
This what come with it. Definitely gonna take advantage of that. Like, y'all playing crazy. Like, I read a post the other day. It said, what the it say? Oh, it said, this killed up. Everybody been, all that is like bad luck. Everybody been having bad luck. That's from the other side. Like, everybody been having bad luck. Like, you got Doodie Lo getting robbed. Bro them locked up for the shit. Bro them just got killed, you feel me? People gonna take advantage of that, so they gonna post it on the internet because everything revolves around the internet now. They gonna say shit. Now, it could be for publicity too at the same time, because let's just say if I came out with a song talking about this or whatever, people gonna listen to it. I could make some money off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like the King Yella, he talking about it. You feel me? He got viewers. People King Yella. He got viewers. People gonna listen to him. And he be trolling too. People, one thing I learned, these fans on the internet, bro, they love people who troll the people, bro. They love watching people who troll the people.
Yeah, true. That's very true. Very good point.
They love it. They feed off that. They be all in the comments acting crazy and everybody.
Yeah, and the funny part about it is, even with King Yella, sometimes you'll see in his comments, it'll be people dissing him, they're dissing other sides, then people will be dissing each other. It creates a whole atmosphere where in the comment section and on social media, you got all these different reactions, man, which is genius to market yourself and be able to branch off of. But do you think any of this will have any real world implications?
I mean, nah, we like, you know, the internet, like, ain't nobody paying attention to that shit. Like, that's it, all entertainment. At the end of the day, all this entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, King Yella doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? He removed himself from the street and he trying to do something better with his life and he trying to pay some money and you know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you that his head still be on the swivel wherever he is.
Oh yeah, he's talked about that extensively too, man. Yep.
Well, I'm sitting there like, I know they can change. I ain't telling nobody not to try to relocate and change. But at the same time, you can't let your guard down and think that you say just because you trying to change your life. The next nigga don't give no fuck because you trying to change your life. What they got to do with him?
True.
People don't forget them.
That's very true. Very true. All right, Big Mike. So I wanted to take our conversation somewhere else, man. To a platform you're very familiar with, man. You went up on there, and I'm talking about none other than No Jumper. Now you were on No Jumper. Yeah, you did a good interview, man. Got a good response and stuff like that. But during your time there, you were very smart about how you moved and stuff like that, man. Because we've talked about this in the past. Now, recently, there's been a whole RICO indictment of the Rolling 60 Crips in LA. Probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Crip sets in all of Los Angeles, if you count all the neighborhoods that are affiliated, the Rolling O's and everything, right? And a guy by the Baby and another guy by the name of Loose Cannon, all were apprehended, arrested by the feds, man. Now, it looks like a lot of the things that they said on podcasts are coming back to haunt them. When you see something like that in this whole No Jumper situation, what do you think?
Because people go on these platforms and they start to talk too much and forget that these feds is using these platforms to put behind bars. So getting a little bit too comfortable on these platforms and you talking about and speaking on and then when something happened, you talking about, oh, it was just entertainment, it was just entertainment. You weren't supposed to be speaking on it in the first place, bro. So motherfuckers getting, like, I ain't even gonna say it's the interviewer that's getting caught up because it's up to you what you gonna say out your mouth when they ask you questions in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's on you what you gonna say out your mouth.
Facts.
All up there and y'all bragging about it and brandishing weapons and all on interviews and trying to get content like that and all that goofy, bro. That's why niggas at the situation they in now.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you made those points because there was a lot. I mean, it went beyond the point of, hey, I'm talking about some hood business that I'm not supposed to be talking about, which you should never do anyways. But it went to the point where they was bragging on hood business. They was drinking and smoking and everybody's just, you know, kind of loose with the lips about different names, identities and things like that. It was just a lot going on. And also, man, there came a situation where Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon obviously didn't like each other. They didn't see eye to eye. And the day before the indictment came down, Loose Cannon and Bricc Baby had their first face-off. And during that interview, listed in the indictment is Bricc Baby. Like, they have pictures of him in the indictment brandishing a gun and looking like he's giving a subtle threat to Loose Cannon, man. When it gets to that point, what were your thoughts? What did you think?
Like, what the f is this dude doing? Like, is you not a convicted felon, my nigga?
It is, yep.
Is you not a convicted felon, no? Like, you own here up in the cold and you threaten them. You know you could, I don't know if people know, but if y'all don't know, you can go to jail for threatening somebody, gang.
Facts. Yeah, definitely. A threat. Yeah.
Threatening somebody, bro. So don't be understanding that shit. And they be like, people just be chasing content so much and letting these interviewers gas them up so bad that they forget that this is all finna be live. People finna be able to watch this.
Yeah, you know.
Not only the feds, the police too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, we got to get better with this, man. I know be going on, man, making they love money. I ain't blaming nobody, you know what I'm saying, trying to stop nobody from making their money. Shit, I like making my money doing interviews and shit. But you ain't never gonna see me up there bragging on nothing You not gonna see me brandishing no code, no none of that. I'm not arguing with no none of that shit, bro. Like, no, it's not how.
That's smart, man. You're definitely wise at your years, man. You're wiser than a lot of these cats. But you gotta remember too, a lot of these cats are young and they're looking for that fame. So it puts them in a precarious situation. Now, Bricc Baby's older, you know what I'm saying? Like he obviously should know better. Like definitely all the years that he's been cripping out there, like he should definitely know better. But the fact that he got caught up in a RICO, it's crazy, man.
You confirm to the world that you a fucking Crip. When the RICO come down, you can't say you ain't no Crip, nigga.
Exactly.
You already told the world that you a fucking Crip. You on that banged it on your set and everything. So when the RICO come down, you a part of that too, dog.
Yeah, and everything that he said, like, this is also in the indictment as well. There was a scene where Bricc Baby had got into it with 4Extra and another guy by the name of Spodie Face, right? Now, they were having an argument, but, essentially they're homies. They're from rolling 40s, he's from rolling 60s. They're supposed to be cool. Say what you want about it, you know what I mean? But they got into it, and they were allegedly supposed to come up to No Jumper, and Bricc Baby had this famous scene where he was like, I'll put Kill Street in the squad, Kill Squad in the streets or whatnot, and he was wearing this red hoodie. That picture, that image, and all that text is in the indictment, man. When you see that, does that scare you at all?
Hell yeah. Like, you for real? Dudes out here crazy. Everything for the internet, bro. Like, y'all got the everything on the internet. Y'all out here shooting guns off. It's on the internet. Y'all not here robbing is on the internet. You killing somebody, you post it on the internet. Like, everything about the internet these days, bro. Everybody trying to get recognition as being gangsters and all this. It's more than like to being a gangster, bro. Like, what the dudes is weird, man. I don't know.
There is definitely more to life than being a gangster. And you never hear the story from the guys who were heavy in the streets and really made it out, bought them a business. You hear about it in rap songs. And Lil Baby did a good job of saying this in a song. And I wish I could articulate it as well as he put it in the song. But a lot of the old heads, it seems like, who were really in the streets and really about that business, once they got to that age where they were past that, they opened up clubs. They own the places that people go and party and get into whatever now, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Lil Baby done made it out. You feel me? I consider myself as I made it out. You feel me? I don't be on none of that goofy no more. I try to get some money and take care of my people, bro. Like, I'm not finna be out here putting shit on the internet trying to create content and going back to jail. But I got 5 more months left on parole. I ain't had no contact with the law or shit. None of that. No type of problem with the police or none of that, bro. Cause I say the f out the way, bro. Like, I need already. I've been in that motherfucker. Like, a lot of these dudes, though, it's gonna take them to go and to sit down for 10, 15 years, though, before they figure it out. Like, I was dumb as hell for doing it. Like, I'd have posted on the internet, not even realizing that they could use it against me.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about cats who like let's say like your 051 Kiddos? Like, he goes in, he comes out, it's almost like he has the same amount of energy and stuff that he had when he went in.
Cause he don't get no that's who he is. That's who he is. I've been saying, not seen on the internet that he don't care. Like, he don't get no, that's who he is. He ain't thinking about no changing or nothing like that. He still think about bodying people and doing all type of birds. Yeah, that's all him.
Now, do you think, like, because in his situation, he did a lot of years as well. What makes you have your perspective to where you come out and you're like, hey, man, nah, that ain't the move. You know what I'm saying? You just feel like there's a point where you learn your lesson?
Yeah, it's like you've been sitting down for so long and you've been allowing these people that have built all these jails all across the world, bro. You just allowed them people to put you back in a Like after you'd have seen what goes on and you'd have been in there a long ass time. This ain't more. You've been in there 6 months, a year. You've been in there all those years, bro. All that fucking time. And had all the time to think about it, and you gonna get them white people what they want again?
It's like you ain't
Money off of you? You fucking crazy. I ain't getting them people. People ain't getting nothing from me no more. That's dead. The only way I'ma ever go back to prison is if I gotta kill them for playing with somebody I love, bro. My mama, my little brothers, my sister, nieces, nephews, kids, all of that. Like, I'm gonna put your ass down quick, fast, and in a hurry, bro. And I'm not gonna get no fuck about going to jail behind that because that's who I am. But out here just doing goofy, I'm not. That ain't me, bro. You ain't never gonna see me out here like that. I don't do that shit. It ain't happen.
And I think that's respectable and very commendable. And a lot of people understand that. They're like, okay, he's willing to throw it away for something with a purpose, like his family, like anything like that. But just to be out here trying to get clout on the internet is wild, man. It's wild, right?
They said, get back and all this crazy ass. Bro, you just did all that time. Why you the one got to come out here and get back? Why you got to be that one? Like, come on now, you just did all that time. Then you got out and gave them, you just had to get them people some more time, and now you back out, and you on the internet still saying goofy ass shit out your mouth.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And I wish the best for him. But, man, you said some good news right there, and I'm going to knock on wood for you because I don't want you to say it again and jinx yourself. But that's good, man. Now, how do you, I know you consider yourself more of like a mentor and somebody who can provide visuals and entertainment that teach a lesson because of some of the plans that you have in the future. But what do you think, what is your best way of, articulating to these younger cats that are still out there running and gunning and wilding in the streets on how to make that transition without having to do a lot of time?
All they gotta do is learn from the niggas that they trying to follow anyway. Because everybody trying to follow the King Von, the Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? Niggas want to be Lil Yummy, niggas want to be all these chillers. You want to follow behind all these rappers, bro. But just think about what all of them got in common, bro. Like every time, what all of them got in common, they ask to go to jail. You gonna go to jail or gonna die. But a lot of these footage that's coming up now, it's like they don't need to be getting about dying no more. They don't need to be getting about going to jail, but you need to. Because now your ass giving these people what they want. They want you in them jails. They making money off you thousands of dollars. And now you in jail, you just sit there. Ain't nothing in that. It shouldn't be nothing in jail you should like. Nothing.
Facts. Yeah, facts. It's all back.
Like all this, like the younger generation that's coming up right now, they got a chance to make it up out. The nigga the nigga that's already in it, they still got a chance too. But the young niggas is following behind them. So how the we gonna try to tell these little man, y'all ass tweaking, man. Go put them up, go sit your ass down. But you doing the exact that they doing. You got that's 45, 46-year-old that's still out here trying to be gangsters. Like, if you don't go sit your old grown ass down somewhere, go get a job somewhere or something, bro. Open a business, invest in some socks or something. Like, you old as hell and you still out here posted up with 16, 17, 18-year-olds and they walking around with all these Glocks and switches on you. You right there with them.
I seen that. Did you see the oldest YN? Did you see that video? There's a guy. He was actually like an older guy, and he was actually posted up with some youngsters and just talking about how he's still in the streets. It was I don't even know how to feel about it. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't tell if they were doing this for content or was this like for real. But in that situation, like there's definitely a life expectancy in the streets, and there's definitely a time limit that you could actually be in the streets doing street stuff, right?
It definitely is. You supposed to been up out of this. Like, what is your old ass doing? Like, don't you got grandkids, kids, and you like, what is you doing, man? Like, so if we go try to keep these from doing this, we got to show their ass something different. If they said he's seeing me posted with pipes, I'm out here hanging with them. I'm basically indulging in what they do.
Facts, 100%.
I'm acting just like them. I'm an immature ass, grown ass man. I get out of here, man. You 30, you in your 30s, so I'm supposed to been up out the streets. Watch out. It's over with for you, man. I ain't saying like can't rap because most of the rappers is just entertainers anyway. They not rapping about that they really doing in the streets. They cap. There ain't nothing wrong with that because that's how they make it their money. You don't gotta live that life to fucking rapper, bro. And that's what these young niggas think they gotta do. They think they gotta be out here and they think they gotta go to jail just so they can get some strikes. Or they think they gotta kill them for some strike so that people can more take them serious in the rap band. Like, you ain't gotta do none of that because half of the rappers that's rapping about all that shit right now ain't never did none of that shit they before in their life. They rapping about that they done seen or that they done heard. That's it, bro.
And that was always all right. Like, if you look at some of the greatest rappers in history and the biggest rappers ever who really made big bags in the music industry, it was always telling somebody else's story. It was never like, yo, I'm going to go out here and shoot somebody myself. Nah, man. They might make a story up or paint a narrative or in a story where they were in a shooting or something like that. You know what I mean? But it was never like people thought that, oh, yeah, he really is he really is about that life. You know what I mean? All right, Big Mike. Well, I wanted to ask you about another situation that's going on out here in social media, or not even social media, in entertainment news. So rapper/singer Tory Lanez, man, he ended up getting stabbed 14 times. He actually had 2 of his lungs collapse, was stabbed in his face, his body, chest, and all over his body, I should say, right? Now, this is a crazy situation because it's got a lot of the conspiracy theories going, because Tory Lanez has obviously been under a lot of scrutiny because of the Megan Thee Stallion situation, which he's doing a 10-year bid for. But a lot of people are saying that this guy and him ended up in this situation where they're both on a PC yard or a 50-50 yard, one of the yards where somebody could be on GP or somebody who can be facing good time is actually there with somebody who's not, right, what you would consider stand-up or whatever. And they just ended up running into each other, and Tory Lanez ends up getting stabbed and airlifted out of the hospital. Now, of course, because of the level of the star that he is, this makes national news. What did you think about this whole Tory Lanez situation, and what do you think about the news that's came out since?
Man, I seen it on the internet. I thought it was fake. You know what I'm saying? People bad bloggers be making it. I didn't say some shit, and I knew they was just clickbait, like just trying to get them click on it so they could watch it. But that whole situation screaming paid them to get him, man. Like I seen the dude on the internet. They posted the picture saying this is the guy, you know what I'm saying, supposedly stabbed him. What purpose did he have to stab Tory Lanez? Like, be for real.
Now, this is the rumor. The rumor is the guy said that Tory Lanez had disrespected his wife in the visiting room, but the guy, a lot of people says that doesn't add up, that they never would have been in the visiting room at the same time or whatnot. That story is made up. A lot of people believe that, you know what I mean? So nobody knows really why they got into it, but it does seem oddly suspicious. I'll say that much. It just seems like somebody might have put that bag on Tory Lanez's head. What do you think about those conspiracy theories?
Yeah, of course, set up a smoke screen. That's what's called a smoke screen. Oh, he disrespected my wife in the visiting room. Man, be it, dude. A motherfucker wanted dude, and you just so happen to be the dummy who was willing to do this.
And it seems like that, man. Like, it seems like dude was just on a crash out mission to get Tory Lanez. And to be real, most of the reports about Tory Lanez since he's been locked up, people have reported back and said that, hey, Tory Lanez, for the most part, has been getting a lot of respect in the jail because he's been taking care of people, like buying food, doing things like that. Not getting extorted for buying food, but actually out the kindness of his heart. Because the yard that he's on is kind of weird. In Tehachapi, California, I guess it's like a 50-50 type yard. So you get everybody there. It's not the same as like one of your level 4 yards with the hardcore prison rules where Tory Lanez could probably walk the GP yard and be all right, outside of the fact that he's a star. But like these guys, this guy who was there, he would normally be in a different type of yard because of his charges.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if they're doing life like. But these people don't care who you. They don't care who you in the cell with. They don't care who you on the yard with. You could be in the cell with you. All you gotta do is 2 years and get some guy life. You don't think that's odd to be putting a motherfucker that got 2 years in the cell with a that got life, bro? Like, come on now. And I'm a witness to it because I've been booked. I just did almost 2 years in that. I done been in cell with niggas who done had like this. I done seen shorties that's coming in talking about, oh, y'all, look at it's 13 months left. And they just toss him in the cell with a that served the right to fight.
Now, in that situation and in your experience, Big Mike, is that always usually a bad idea because of the influence that this person with life has on the person who doesn't have life?
I don't think it's the influence. I think it's the when somebody got life in the prisons, bro, they got certain ways to themselves. So they move a certain type of way. And a lot of them be bitter as which I don't blame a nigga. Nigga trying to figure out how he gonna do all this time. So he set in his ways, he's strict about it. Then you put a young in cell with him and shorty only got a year and a half or something. These shorties coming in with their chest poked out. They coming into jails loud as hell, like you yelling out the door. You see this man right here asleep. You not realizing this nigga got life, bro. He don't got nothing to lose. He can body your ass in this cell and go to cell for a couple of years and then get back out and be back in the cell. They can't do nothing with him. He staying in that forever, but you finna die. Like, set in their ways and like certain like, you know what I'm saying? Be cool when you in the cell like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is you crazy? Like, they putting real line of 21, 22-year-olds in the cell with who been gone 30, 40 years and they still got the rest of their life to serve up enough. Hell no. Like, this gonna get on some shit which he gonna buy you because you don't know how to move because you a young nigga and you a dumb. You used to walking around in the streets with your chest poked out, not knowing that when you come to the jail, you used to have to humble yourself or you used to get fucked up.
Yeah.
That situation was, y'all got this probably this bitter ass. I don't know if he was Latino or white.
He was Latino.
And y'all putting him on the yard and then all of a sudden he just starts stabbing him legs up and somebody disrespected his wife. Man, watch out with that, man.
Yeah, that's a hard sell, man. I almost don't believe it myself because dude is, he's got every reason just to make up a reason.
It's a smoke screen. Come on, man. It's a smoke screen. Just don't want to make it. Of course, the truth ain't never going to come out unless the Mexican dude say something.
And that's probably not going to happen.
He served your life. You know that ain't finna happen. He got to ill for the rest of his life. He ain't finna say shit.
So you have a lot of people split about this because of the whole Meg Thee Stallion thing. And then you got a lot of people talking about the fact that this is going to sound wild. And I just want your opinion about it. But they're like, somebody's label might have put the bag on his head and actually try to get him up out of here and this is why. Because there's actually another hearing that's supposed to take place today or some evidence that's supposed to be presented to where they're trying to get his case thrown out again.
Right. I mean, you never know. The don't sound real to me, though. I don't know if about like that whole situation wasn't even that serious to where a motherfucker should want him dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that right there. I don't believe that.
Yeah. Do you think maybe somebody? Yeah. I mean, it's all pointed to maybe somebody just put that bag on his head just because they had some sort of
Yeah, like street beefs out here in these streets. It might have. I'm not gonna say it was no. I'm not even gonna even consider that it was a record label that's trying to get this man dead. Oh, man, watch out. but it probably was he did in the past, or it probably is a like, man, this nigga probably finna get ready to come home. Hell no, I don't want this nigga to come up out of that. It could be anything with this dude, bro. It could be she chasing some clout, some fame. Cause he all over the internet now. He definitely fighting this now.
Definitely. And a lot of the things that he's put out there as far as like, you know, or not that he's put out there, or the things that have surfaced on social media are kind of painting him as, you know, he's got some crazy charges from when he was on the streets, allegedly, you know what I mean? Right. And some of this hasn't been confirmed, so it's hard to take for account that it's real or that it's all factual. But the mugshot of the guy looks pretty wild, man. He looked pretty crazy.
I see. But guess what? Guess how many people finna be trying to get him to call from that jail for they to interview him? Guess how many fans sending him letters and people finna be wanting to hit a story with him like that. That man famous now. He was probably just chasing a clap. He was probably just chasing that. I'm in it for the rest of my life. I need to make a way for myself. I clocked it, y'all. Oh, I'll be all over the internet all the time.
That's a good point. Very good point, man.
It's me, man. They chasing it. They'll do whatever for it. Bro, they'll do whatever.
And like you said, man, that clout pays. So, you know?
Yeah. Who killed Tory Lanez if he would have died.
Yeah, and it seemed like he was trying to get him up out of here because 14 times, punctured lungs.
I'm surprised he ain't dead. What type of like do that?
Who you talking about? Tory Lanez? Like he got rescued?
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm surprised he ain't dead. Like what type of knife the guy that stabbed in the butt? What type of knife did he have?
It was probably like just a regular prison shank. You know, those aren't as reliable as some are. And you know better than I do.
I done seen a bunch of knives had to put you down with a couple pops. You feel me? So he had to get hit with like a little ice thing or something, or some shit out of spoons or something like that. Cause ain't no way 14 times he ain't flat.
Yeah, and then the type of yard he's on, maybe he had to sneak something small up in there, right?
Oh yeah, he probably snuck it in his.
Now, obviously, that's a real thing. People, you know, keister things and take them into jail or whatever. But is it as common as people make it seem like in movies and stuff?
Hell yeah, it is. If I want to get on the yard with my knife, because I know they're gonna search me. If I want to get on the yard with my knife, they gonna put it in I ain't never did it because I don't need to get on the yard with my knife. These was working well when I was locked up. They work real well.
Yeah, but
if a want to get on the yard, a majority of the time is a Latino dude. I'm gonna tell you that now. I ain't no like that. But most of the time, with motherfucking keisters, it be the Latino dude or a white dude, and they go pull that out their ass on the yard and they go get ammo.
That's crazy, man. Is it really worth all that? You know what I mean? Because if you notice, a lot of the documents that we read in these cases, and you know, once everything comes to light, sometimes these jail fights start about small stuff. I'm talking about the smallest stuff that's not life altering at all, and then it ends up with somebody losing their life.
Oh yeah, it could be over anything. When you in jail, like you gotta stand on it, bro. I'm just telling you that now. You gotta stand on it. Like everything, you gotta stand on because will try to take advantage of you. If you let him, let's just say I let him borrow 5 noodles and he's supposed to give them back to me on store day. If they don't give me my 5 noodles back, I'm beating the out of him. Because that's gonna make every other that come, I'll let borrow something that they keep my, cause he need it. So they gonna be like, oh yeah, man, I ain't getting it. You ain't from me, you ain't even get your shit from dude. You gonna try to come get your shit from me for?
Good point. Yeah.
That's shit right there, or it could be any little thing. Over the phones in jail, over commissary, niggas fighting over pen pals in jail. Like you got pen pal females that signing up out multiple niggas that she talking to multiple coming to visit multiple, and she got these niggas trying to fight each other. These niggas they're trying to fight each other over her now. Like you in jail, bro. You trying to fight over that she ain't even yours. Y'all never on the site.
Now, we've seen these shows, this Love After Lockup and all this stuff that goes viral on TikTok and stuff.
Right.
So with those situations, a lot of those women are very different looking. I'll be polite. They look a little different. You know, it's not all the time it's like a super bad chick who's looking for inmates. But when it happens, like you're saying that a lot of the guys, they're fighting in jail and willing to extend their time over their pen pal?
Yeah. This is like, that's because at the end of the day, be finessing them, females are fear. Anytime is willing or the nigga, they got life. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't to be a pen pal. You the man on the pen pal side. That means she got low self-esteem and she insecure about herself. That she looking for a jail to sell her dream. Lie to her, tell her how good she look. All that, then they got married in jail and like that. Like, I'm gonna say 95% because the other 5% be like real relationship. But I done seen niggas meet some real women and that's holding them down, like, and they genuinely care about that woman because they didn't have nobody. Like, they didn't have no family. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have nobody. They didn't have no girl. They didn't have nobody sending them money like that. And this lady that you met on the pen pal site decided if she wanted to help him. You know what I'm saying? She felt his storm and he might be doing shit that help both feel better. He might be sending her a call, tell her how beautiful she look all the time. Every time he call her, you know what I'm saying, he asking her, you know what I'm saying, how she feeling like that. A lot of these women with low self-esteem out here, they ain't got that. They don't got dudes that's out here telling them like, you know what I'm saying, you beautiful, queen, you know what I'm saying? Call them, checking up on them like, hey, what you doing like that? Like, they don't got that. And this in jail, they know go get them all the attention in the world. And them dudes is in that fight over for real.
That's wild. That's wild. Well, with that being said and all that talk about jail, man, I just wish the best for Tory Lanez, man. Hopefully he's all right, you know?
So,
he seemed like a warrior, man. He seemed like he done made it through the trenches on this one.
I don't get nobody say free Tory Lanez.
All right, so Big Mike, we can't get out of here without me asking you one last question about one of the biggest trials that's going on right now in social media. So you got this whole Sean Diddy Combs trial, man, taking over the nation, right? What do you think about what's going on with this whole Diddy situation?
Man, dude ass a creep, and y'all better start watching a lot of the rappers that's in the industry because he even probably gets with them too. Bro, it's a lot of crazy ass, I don't keep up with it, but a lot of these rappers out here that's claiming they gangsters and rapping this gangster was involved with that man, so better watch out who they with, bro. Because niggas is real creeps out here.
Now, I got to ask you this on a personal man-to-man just question, right? You got a woman, right? You got your lady.
I ain't in no relationship now, but
Cassie Ventura, fine in a mug. You know, it's just bad. Somebody's dream chick. What in the world would possess somebody to have her share his woman with somebody? I can't get that part. I don't understand.
That's because Cassie wasn't really his woman. He didn't give a about that girl because if you give a about your girl, bro, you ain't all this that I've been hearing that he allowed to happen to her. You wouldn't have never when you got love in your heart for somebody, like real love, bro, like you want to protect that person, provide for that person, you want to be there for that person. Ain't no way you let to see some shit on him that it said Diddy was letting.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but that was true. I saw that and I was like, what in the world? I couldn't even imagine.
That's why he was allowing all that to happen to her, though. He did care about her. All the that you were dealing with, he didn't get no about them. I don't know what you doing with these niggas. Like, I something really wrong with that man. I'm gonna say, like, I don't never create excuses for niggas, bro. But it's something really up about dude. Something happened to dude.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, if I got all the money in the world, I'm a billionaire. Man, the way I'm gonna be, it looked totally different. You know what I'm saying? We down in Miami, me and homies, it's just a different world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't, like, I don't know. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
It don't. It gotta be that. It gotta be something. It's something really wrong with this dude. This dude is really mentally up in the head. Some traumatic that happened to this man. Head to, bro. Ain't no way you just decided to be like that one day.
Yeah, because
You just decide to just do all this shit with all these different men, do all this shit with all these different women, just people lives up and all type.
Yeah, like it, and somebody talked about it. It was I want to say it was either Gene Dill, who was one of his security guards, or somebody else who I can't place right now because DJ Academics was covering it. And he was talking about it. He basically was like, Diddy likes to see, oh no, it was Chopper from the band. He was like, Diddy likes to see people do things that they should be doing for some reason. I'm like, what kind of motivation is that? What a kind of weird, like, why do you want somebody to do something they shouldn't be doing?
It stemmed from something, bro. Some happened to that man. That man, you never know. Something happened to that man. Because ain't no way to just woke up one day and said, this is what I want to do. I want to be in people's lives. Like, come on, that girl life up. Like, man, if Cassie is my sister, my mama, my auntie, anything related to me, man, I would have been put that nigga in the dirt.
Yeah, that's a tough one to live with. Especially with the stories that's out here, man. It's like, bruh, like, why? Like, why not just be out here getting money and having fun, man? I don't like real fun, like going and doing fun. I don't know, man.
No, jail definitely ain't enough for that nigga. Jail ain't enough. So then he probably gonna be in that T.O. Selly and all type of weird ass shit, T.O. Selly or something like that. Hell no, his ass supposed to be dead.
Like, didn't he do a talk with 6ix9ine and Academics, and 6ix9ine talked or something? And they was basically saying like he's not even having that bad of a time in jail. Which is crazy, bro.
I thought he'd be in that. I thought I'd be seeing all type of shit about Diddy get his ass whooped or stabbed up to something like that.
He's a billionaire. You got to remember that. You know, that's a different type of money. You know what I'm saying?
Protection. He paying for protection. But if you was in Illinois locked up, that money ain't saved to you, big dog, unless you a PC. I don't get no what you ain't no paying nobody locker. Don't get you, boy.
Yeah, I think he is in PC. I think he had no choice but to be in PC, right?
Oh yeah, because he a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard. You feel it? Hard to him. You know what I'm saying? For money and shit to protect it and all type. Like dudes take advantage. Some dudes take advantage of that type of shit in jail. Like, nigga, I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody had with you. Me and my niggas gonna make sure don't nobody have with you. You just allowed to pay us type. You know what I'm saying? So no, you hear? They could have paid them.
All right. So, man, that's crazy, man. And we going to keep up with all these details in this case and whatnot and all the happenings in the whole Chicago drill scene and things that are happening out here in hip hop. And Big Mike, I'm going to always check in on you because I like your takes, but it wouldn't be right unless I gave you the floor to shout out any projects that you got coming out in the future or anything that you're working on, Big Mike. The floor is yours.
I still got my music coming out. You know what I'm saying? Last Laugh would be my next song that I'm about to release. It's my 6-hour master or what I'll be, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, a lot of shit that happened in my life since I've been out. And in order for me to make sure I'm straight, and in order for me to make sure that I don't put myself back in that position, I be having to desegregate myself, bro. So a lot of people be all in my inbox talking about you said you were gonna do this and you gonna do that. Be happening, bro. And for me, to be able to make sure my mind is right and to make sure that I'm cool and that I don't end up back in no position, I segregate myself, bro. I'm gonna have to segregate myself because I know at the end of the day, I know who I am. Y'all gonna know who I am. I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of. So I segregate myself that way so I can be able to think and focus on what I'm supposed to be in. You feel me? But at the same time, I still got, you know what I'm saying, I'm still working on the music and I'm still trying to get Wooster back out here with his music. I'm trying to get him to start back going interview. We try to start our own podcast and that, you know what I'm saying? But like a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with Wooster, he already had it, you know what I'm saying?
Why is that? Why do you feel like that's just his nature?
Because he don't like this. He don't like these. He feel like people in the industry is too fucking friendly and they choose a size. You know what I'm saying? He don't like a lot of these blogs. Wooski just don't record. People choose a size. He don't like that. He feel like Backdoor. When this is a business, bro. Like entertainment is a business. You not supposed to be picking and choosing who you with, bro. this shit a business. You gonna make money, you gonna make money. But y'all picking and choosing who y'all with. And that's putting yourself in street business, bro. You putting yourself in street business when you pick and choose. Oh, I ain't with him because Durk them don't him and I with Durk them. You a businessman. If you a photographer, you a photographer. If somebody willing to pay you for that work, you supposed to go and do it. That's what business is, bro. You're not supposed to be choose the size, and that's how you feel. Niggas out here choose the size. They weird as hell, so he don't white niggas. He don't with y'all.
I feel him. Nah, I get it, man. And there's always one-sided stuff all across the board, so I understand. I get him. Now, with that, Big Mike, I'd like to say once again, I appreciate you coming out, man. Always delivering the good content and the good takes. And with that, man, we out of here.
We out of hell.